Welcome to Fine Cuisine and Etiquette, with your host, Oliver Gerald, the Eater, your guide to the finer things in life. And this is the first in a series I've decided to start called Why America is a Whiny Pussy. As the first piece of damning irrefutable evidence, I submit Sour Patch Kids Not So Sour, the biggest contradiction since the Declaration of Independence. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, unless you look like him, or her. And like I've said, women have an honored place as my secretaries and domestic servants, so it burns my britches when the fairer sex is mistreated in America. And speaking of contradictions, let's have a sour candy that isn't very sour. Sour Patch Kids' parent company, Mondelez International, has the dubious distinction of being headquartered in the most festering cesspool of corruption on the planet, Chicago. That, plus America's tendency to bellyache about everything from the metric system to food spicier than white bread, apparently persuaded Mondelez to release a sour candy that explicitly promises to not be very sour. Oh, and Mondelez wasn't dissuaded from doing business in Russia, even after they invaded a nation they were 28 times bigger than, making Mondelez a true credit to America. So Mondelez caved to the whiniest people on the planet and cut the tallywags out from under one of the few American confections with any vigor. Unlike the normal Sour Patch Kids, which take the form of mewling brats, the pussy variety is shaped like pieces of fruit, grapes and peaches. And both have a very mild flavor, like getting spicy Mexican cuisine from Taco Bell. I'd need a sound thrashing with a Singapore cane, like my last trip to an Indonesian brothel, to feel anything from either one of these. And speaking of pain, it burns me to say this. Truly, I think I have heart palpitations. But I agree with my American counterpart that normal Sour Patch Kids aren't awful. Of all the opiates of the masses, Sour Patch Kids is one of the least offensive, with a robust sour flavor that most candies lack. Most sugary confections promise sour and deliver the candy equivalent of a eunuch. And like them, Sour Patch Kids Not So Sour has had its manhood cruelly severed. This is more impotent than a Scotsman at a nuclear power plant, and more feeble than America's education system. This is the greatest injustice since Keanu Reeves did Shakespeare, and I haven't felt this outraged since my ex-wives demanded child support. So I give the Sour Patch Kids neutered variety 2 out of 5. Please remember to show your appreciation for my efforts with a like. And I shall return to educate the great unwashed masses and all those of good letters and breeding on the finer things in life and delightful cuisine.